I voted for Trump because I thought that his racist policies were only going to negatively affect those black and those brown people. I didn't realize he was also sexist and classist and was going to make working conditions for the average American worker more difficult, or put small agricultural farmers out of business, or not let women work in the federal government. I didn't realize that making the world unlivable for some would eventually affect me. Oh, you didn't realize? But it was fine, so long as those black and those brown people were suffering. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say it, and it needs to be said. I'm a diehard Republican and a Trump supporter, and I voted for him. With that said, the hypocrisy the Republican Party is showing is appalling at best. I would have never voted for what has happened in the past 5 weeks. I didn't vote for Elon Musk. I didn't vote for the president of Ukraine to get ousted. And I didn't vote for half of America to get laid off. Yeah, I understand bringing jobs back to America, but now the job market is completely flooded because of how this was implemented. Yeah, I understand tariffs, but now they're just being passed down to the recently unemployed. Because yes, I am one of those innocent bystanders that got laid off due to foreign aid, and my heart is now broken. I feel completely betrayed by this administration. Trump needs to do better. Him and his whole crew. This is insulting and completely embarrassing. The entire country is embarrassing right now.
It's been a few days since I lost my job. I posted a few days ago, and I am now thoroughly regretting my vote for Trump. I had no idea that this is where it was going to go, that this is what he was going to do. You see Cheetos up there? Hi, Cheetos. Who's going to feed him? Who's going to buy my cat food? Who's going to buy my kids food? I had an absolutely amazing position where I was able to basically have America count on me. And now that's been taken away. I no longer have faith in the economy. I no longer have faith in Trump. I no longer have faith that we are ever going to find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. I no longer have that faith. It's gone. So you can crack all the jokes you want to. You can make fun of us all you want. But I was earning $45 a minute in hopes of figuring out how many licks it took to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. And now the world may never know.
You know that moment when you realize you've made a terrible mistake, but it's too late to undo it? Like when you buy a $5 gas station sushi roll and convince yourself it'll be fine, until it's very much not fine. That's where a growing number of Trump voters are finding themselves. They wanted to shake up the system. They wanted to own the libs, but instead they're getting owned by reality, and it's hitting their wallets, their jobs, and even their freedoms in ways they never saw coming.
Make America great again is a bad thing. You took my tip away. I didn't mean to disrespect you. It's my livelihood. This is how I make my money. I think it's super disrespectful for you to treat me that way.
We voted for Trump because he promised while he was campaigning like a million times that when he got into office, he was going to bring down prices, bring down grocery prices. The inflation has been high ever since COVID, and he promised he would bring that down. But it's obvious to me now that that was not true.
A county that overwhelmingly supported Donald Trump is about to lose its largest employer directly because of Donald Trump's policies. Now, this is Greene County, Tennessee, which is home of Artisan and who is the only supplier of penny blanks to the U.S. Mint. And because of Donald Trump's policy to eliminate the penny, they are on the verge of going out of business, which means everybody there will lose their job. Now, there's a trickle-down effect because the people that work there make the money to keep the other businesses in the county in operation. Now, they're begging Donald Trump, please, to reconsider this decision to eliminate the penny, but Donald Trump isn't listening.
Some folks who aren't feeling Trump's optimism right now are American farmers, and they are stuck in the middle of all of this.
Frank, who did you vote for president?
Mr. Trump.
Right?
Trump. Mr. Trump.
If the election were today, Frank, would you vote for Donald Trump?
No way. Couldn't happen.
No. For President Trump. So now, in this moment, you say you're in a free fall. What is your message to him?
So I'm off the Trump train. Where I'm going for now is I got to protect my business.
Island, a wheat farmer who says he's lost $400,000 since Trump took office.
I think there was a lot of people who voted for him that want to stay loyal to him, but it's going to get to the point where financially
if it's between supporting the president or losing your family.
I remembered something about Donald Trump from college that I've literally never heard anybody talk about. And since he has just dropped the news that he's going to charge migrants $998 a day if they do not self-deport, it came rushing back to my forehead. When I was in college, I worked for Vice HBO, and they made a documentary that had, I believe his name is Ben, that was the reporter, went to Dubai to go to Donald Trump's golf resort over there to interview and look into the living conditions of the migrant workers for Donald Trump there. And despite the fact that they just lived in complete squalor, one of the biggest things was that Donald Trump invited these migrants to come work for him in Dubai. But once getting there, he seized all of their documents. So their passports, their birth certificates, all of that. Then he said that in order for them to get them back, they would have to buy them back from him. However, he charged them daily rent to live in these like concrete rooms where there was just like 10s, 20s, 30s of them in one room, no bathroom, one sink. And the rent that he charged them daily was more than they made in their wages daily. Meaning every single day that they worked there, they were actually just getting more and more in debt. And since they didn't have any of their documentation, they couldn't leave to exit Dubai or go back to their countries or anything. They couldn't move. And if they were in debt to just live in that space, they absolutely could not afford to get back that documentation, thus creating his own form of slavery. And this is like very real. Like, this is open. Go Google it. I'm gonna attach here what it is on YouTube. So really, he's just doing it again, right? So he's telling these migrants that they would have to pay upwards of, who knows what, I think they said it could add up to like $1 million because it's retroactive. So these migrants who do not have citizenship, they are going to be in debt to the US government upwards of $1 million. They will obviously never be able to pay that back. So how exactly would they then pay off those fines? When we talk about Donald Trump, we deal a lot in like theory, right? Or like what we have seen historically happen. But like, this is him. This is how he has his business model. But rather than, a Trump resort, it's the entire country of America. Dare I say, this is his move, people. This is the move. This is the plan.
Democrats say Republicans regret voting for Trump. I don't know what Republican y'all talking about, because I'm a Republican and I do not regret voting for Trump at all. If anything, I actually like what he's doing. I think he completed like 95, 96% of all of his campaign promises within the first 3 months. Signing executive orders left and right, trying to get illegal immigrants up out of the country. Interest rates are down, gas prices are down, oil prices are down. What are we not liking about him right now? Vietnam is trying to get their tariff from 90% down to 0%. A lot of countries are coming to the table trying to reduce their tariffs. South Korea, Japan's trying to figure out what they're going to do. Companies are moving back to America. You got Honda's trying to build factories in America. You got, even Apple is trying to invest in America. So I'm trying to figure out what is going on to where Democrats feel like Republicans are not supporting the country, the president. I'm supporting the president. I don't know what y'all think. What? Because he put a tariff on China, 25% tariff on China, 25% tariff on Canada, 25% tariff on Mexico, so that they can't send their products to Canada and Mexico and circumvent the tariff. What? Oh, because they put a 34% tariff on us, and we said we're going to put a 50% tariff on them. Okay. Other than that, what? I'm rocking with him. They want to do a retaliatory tariff. He want to do a 50% tariff. Okay. Let's see how this going to go. You know what I mean? We are one of the biggest, consumer bases in the world. I think we're going to affect them. I think that's what's going to happen. No, I don't regret voting for my president. None of that rhetoric. Y'all Democrats are trying to sell people and brainwash people into thinking is real. You know what I'm saying? And when this president has really opened up my eyes to the Democratic Party. I kind of knew y'all was shady, but when he had Elon Musk the Department of Government Efficiency do the forensic audit of the Treasury Department, and I seen how much expenditures was going out to terrorist organizations, and y'all got money flying out the window for other countries to make comic books and condoms and all kind of crazy stuff. Oh no, I see exactly who y'all are. Elizabeth Warren, like, against Elon Musk auditing the Treasury Department. Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, last thing I would want is a Democrat to be in power, to be real with you. So don't think because I'm black, I'm just like, oh, he's just a Democrat. No. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's going to be pushing the country in a direction that many people always wanted to do. They wanted to bring manufacturing back to America. We're a service-based country. It is what it is. Like, what do we produce? Think about it. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, yeah, they need to slap 25% tariffs on steel, 25% tariff on aluminum. Let the market decide who's going to get, you know what I mean, what product now. People are going to start building it like here. That's the plan. No, I do not regret voting for Trump. If anything, I'm excited. Every time I look in the news, I'm like, oh, what are he doing now? He not just sitting around, not doing nothing, hiding. Every time something goes down, you see him immediately in an interview addressing people. They ask him something stupid, he say, oh, this is a stupid question. You know what I mean? Like, he answers just about everything that's being asked. He does not beat around the bush. He tells you what it is. He stands on what he said he's going to do. No, I do not regret voting for my president. And subscribe to the channel so we could talk about more of this stuff. Then y'all know what's crazy? These Democrats that y'all trying to push, Jasmine Crockett, I just seen her say something really insane, right? She goes ahead and she says that, oh, I was like traveling around educating people on illegal immigration and, you know, and why they're needed. Cause you know, like, who else is going to be farming? Y'all ain't trying to farm and we done picking cotton. And so what you trying to say? Like, illegal immigrants is picking cotton? Like, these are the type of people that y'all trying to push up into the forefront. The Democrats, I feel like y'all have lost touch with y'all base. You know what I mean? And y'all got these lunatic politicians out here as, you know, people y'all pushing. Look at this. Cory Booker spoke for 25 hours, right? And he didn't, in any of those 5 hours, did he say like, oh, y'all should stop throwing Molotov cocktails or destroying Elon Musk businesses or hurting like innocent people, you know, vandalizing their Teslas? Did he say anything like that? I don't think he did. Y'all not interested in anything but pushing TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. That's what the Democratic Party is interested in. And some of y'all logic is just out the window. Y'all don't even know what y'all do. And what, you know, all this y'all was, oh, the markets is a little destabilized right now. Where were y'all when Biden like was tearing up the country? Where were y'all when interest rates was like almost 8%? Like, where was y'all at when people couldn't afford to buy houses? Where was y'all at when interest rates skyrocketed? Y'all ain't say nothing when that was going on. Like, I'm trying to figure that out. People wanted to buy cars, and even if you had an 800 credit score, like, you were still getting a high interest rate under the Biden-Harris administration. Gas prices were high. Where was y'all at? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. No, I am glad Donald Trump is president. I feel like this is the greatest, it's a great economic reset. That's what I feel like it is. And y'all don't know what to do about it. Shout out to Trump. Keep doing your thing. MAGA, it is what it is. Thug life.
You know, there's an African proverb that actually says, when two bulls fight, it's the grass that suffers, you know. And now, here are the two big countries, that is United States of America and China. They are there in push and pull, you know, push and fight, you know, are waiting for who will blink first. But here are the common Americans, you know, the lower income, the middle income, the person that lives on check to check, you know. So these guys are really suffering. We have all seen the Saturday demonstration all over the United States of America, where there are massive millions and millions of Americans, or both MAGA and non-MAGA supporters, who are on the street to protest. You know, they were crying out loud, carrying placard, hands off, with the title hands off to their VA, hands off to their job cuts, hands off to DII. So these guys are really there complaining. Now there's a shakedown, between MAGA and non-MAGA supporters. I think it's now push and pull. There are those MAGAs who feel like, their votes are not being counted. Trump promised this and they voted for him because he promised this, but he's not delivering. So my question is this: why you guys are crying? There was this pastor who said, suck it up, actually. It's for your own benefits. It's for your kids' benefit. So he may have a good plan, for the Americans. Is he doing a good implementation? Is he using the right approach? This is the question that you guys are supposed to ask yourself. It's just barely 6 months, barely 4 months since he was in the seat. Are you guys giving him time to actually to materialize on what he promised? We may see that it's like he is blinking out. This tariff, the tariff issue. He was raising a tax there, a tariff there, with the aim of bringing back, those manufacturing industry back to America, in order for to trigger the American pharmaceuticals industry to start production in the United States. Is it happening? Here's the thing. Maybe I might be supporting the tariffs, or I may not be supporting the tariffs on countries like China, Yeah, it's affecting the common citizens. We all see many farmers, from Ohio, Minnesota. They were complaining about their agricultural exports. It means they are incurring more to export their goods. And even there's no market. We also the Boeing aircraft that was being delivered to China was returned back. So it was like a right idea given at the wrong time. Yeah, that is it. Right idea at the wrong time. So you'll see it's the Easter weekend where he came, wished everybody happy Easter weekend, happy Easter holidays, even congratulating or encouraging Christians maybe to go to their church or whatever they do. But are you doing what Jesus actually was preaching? Are you? Okay, there's he may have his own agendas on how, or maybe the reasons. He has his own reasons why he is deporting migrants, But there are people who maybe they came illegally, yes, but they are in the process. The Bible say, maybe I was hungry, you fed me. There's an angry person knocking at your door. Are you giving him food? There's a person who has nowhere to sleep. He knocks at a door. Will you open or give him shelter? It's all about what Christians, the Bible teach. Also, J.D. Vance went to Vatican the other day. On Saturday, on Sunday, they met with Pope. On Monday, I think Pope is no more. Pope was against the idea of immigration. I know. you guys support, there are people who support the whole idea of deporting migrants. And I also support, if people are there are criminals, you know, they need to face the law. But those innocent who seeks shelter in your home, then you send them away. To make it matters worse, you send them to the prisons. Yeah. So anyway, happy Easter, everyone. Let's watch how these MAGA and non-MAGA supporters, they're exchanging blows. Some of them are regretting their votes. Some of them are just saying, no, I don't regret my vote because this is what I voted for. I don't regret my vote because this is what I wanted. So tell us in your comment what you see, what you think, and please suggest maybe what we must react, or we shall react on the next video. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Peace out.